Hello and welcome to Grindslime TV with me, your host Aaron. And today we're heading over to the States to take a look at the mighty death grinders that are Hemorrhoid and their album Raw Materials of Decay. Absolute banger, has to be said. This, whichever year it was it last year, the year before, 2023 maybe? Whatever year it was this came out, this was one of my favourite releases from that year. Whatever else came out that year, I can't really remember off the top of my head, but it is what it is. Absolute banger. Now, a lot of people throw around saying that these guys are like Gore grind, and that's not wrong, so to speak. But I don't know, they're more death grind to me for sure. They definitely have a sort of Gore grind attitude and stuff. They've got the whole sort of, that's just a bunch of pictures of them doing their thing and whatnot. Having a wonderful time. There they are on the back there. But like a lot of the sort of style they use, you can definitely apply to a, like a Gore grind for sure. I've got the sort of Gore collage there by my boy Lucas V Doom. He's a good lad. He also did artwork for like Stenched and Haggis did their for their new album, which looks shit hot. Then you got a bit of coolness there. So they got that kind of Gore grind style going on. There's definitely influences in there. Like there's one track on here in particular actually, which is Ectopic Scrambling. And I think that sounded like really sort of Dead Infection, sort of early Dead Infection kind of style. It had that sort of street punk swing to it, and then it sort of goes into that nice sort of groove later on, but that sort of mid-paced, lower end of the neck kind of thing. So that was really cool. There's the odd pitch shifting thrown in from time to time as well, but for the most part, it's pretty raw vocals, pretty nice raw recording all round, really. And drums are fantastic coming through from Dylan, or Disguster as he's labelled in this, who actually owns Headsplit Records. This was put out through both them and Extremely Rotten. You see down there, so nice little combo going on. I like it when collabs happens. Got to be done. But yeah, there's also like, this isn't just straight up lazy sort of thrown together like death grind either. This has got a lot of thought into it. Each song is quite unique and got its own thing going on. Like the actual title track's got quite a nice slow one, but like heavy slow, not just monotonous. But like we were saying about bands the other day that can do songs that are like a minute long. Like this isn't the case on this album. Most of the tracks on one of them's like a minute long, but I think Dante's Fecal Inferno is the shortest one on the album, a minute or so. But most of the songs on there are between like 1.5 to 2 minutes, and some of them are a little bit more than that. But the songs are so well written, they feel like they're lasting a lot longer than they actually are. It's really cool. There's a lot of sort of Cannibal Corpse and Deicide sort of riffs in here as well. So it's still got that sort of old school kind of death metal flair to it, that sort of classic riffs, which is why I don't really label it as a Gore grind release as a whole, as I've seen some people do. That's fine. Like I say, they're not wrong. The influences are definitely there, and the style and the aesthetic sort of going on. But no, really, really cool album. Every song is really good. We've got 15 tracks there, 24 minutes. I think it's between 24 or 26 minutes worth of music. And let's have a look at that bloody album cover again, shall we? Look at that. Oh. That was done by Filth Effigy, whoever that is. Very, very well done, because that is cool as fuck. I love how it's all sort of like one side, even like the facial expression is all stoic and stuff. And it's hello. Pure body horror. Gotta love it. I mean, is it melting? Is it forming? Who knows? It looks cool though. And that's always what it's about. So, yeah, not much else to say about this really, other than great record all round. Like I said, every song on here is catchy, really like riff heavy, very riff heavy, in fact. And yeah, produced and mixed well, and I can honestly see this in like 20 years' time, sort of being like a sought after classic, because you can just tell it wears its influences on its sleeve, but it's not trying to rip anybody off either. You know, there's a bunch of bands you can recognise listening to this, like even from bands like Morbid Angel and like Napalm Death to, you know, Regurgitate. They're a favourite on this channel, but you can hear it all in here. But they've thrown it together and just kept their own identity at the same time. It's nothing original, but it's not samey nonsense either. So really, really cool stuff. Hemorrhoid, Raw Materials of Decay. Check it out. Definitely worth your time. Support the underground and all that. See you later.